I'm not sure how easy it is to get a job there, but I know that in London
I
it
think
was
it's
quite
dependent on the partner's occupation or specialty.
operation. Okay. Okay. So I think in London it was quite easy for my husband to like get offers and offers like that, even though it might not be in your industry like what you studied in school if you're not a nurse. But then here, to do anything at all, they will require like you have to have your driver's license first of all, registered in that state. You have to do for everything. They have to do like good training. Like if you want, even if it's here, like the healthcare assistant that is easy to get in the UK. Here you have to do like 6 weeks, 6 weeks training and get certified, like write a recognized exam, not
Exam.
the school that will give you the exam, like exam that you have to write with PSCBUE. I'm telling you. So you have to like, but at the end of the day, I appreciate that because if you work with their CNA, you better work well because even if you're not getting it right, they know their CNAs are really good here, but they are trained well as well. So I think I think for both of them, it was easier for my husband to get a job in UK. It
Hmm.
was easier.
Better in UK than US.
It was easier for him to get a job in the UK. Yeah. But in the US, yes, he has to like start going for courses. But I think it depends on the individual as well. Because if you're very picky, you don't want to do that, you don't want to do that, then you have to go and do training. They like if you go around the town, you see they're hiring here, stores, all those things they are hiring. But if you don't like that kind of job and you want to do something more professional, anything professional, even anything at all that requires license, and many things require like some form of license, then you have to study for it. So that's what he did. So maybe because he's him, but otherwise, you still see vacancies and all that. But in the UK, usually they'll be the one calling you. That they have like if you register, they'll be calling you or not. Here they call you as well, but yeah, they would always require that you have the license, driver's license. You have it. I didn't need to have driver's license in the UK. He didn't need to have driver's license in the UK to work. But here, most of them request that driver's license.
Wow. And it has to be the US driver's license, not international.
Yeah, some people say they use international, but it didn't work for him. Maybe it works for people, but for us, I'm using my experience here. So for us, experience-wise, it's they always request for. But the thing is that if you moved with an agency, you get that very quickly. So he did have, but then he wanted a job, so another a kind of job. So he had to like do training for it.
Concerning the limited numbers of leave, what do you think? Because I heard that the annual leave in US is shorter compared to UK.
So I think that is true. In the UK, I remember we had like every time you have leave, you have sometimes people don't come if some things happen at home. But here I don't even know how the leave works up till now. I think the more you work, they now add something they call paid time off. So paid time off is just like their leave. They don't usually use that way. They say paid time off. But the more you work, you are now accumulating your paid time off. Unlike in the UK, where even if you start work now as a new nurse, in a month they are telling you to take 1 week leave. Sometimes they'll tell you already have like you are qualified for like 3 weeks leave or something like that in that first year, and they're giving you leave already. So here I don't even know how it works yet. Their leave you have to accumulate it. So because of that, I even removed my mind from the leave and all this information about the US don't give leave and all that. They do have the good thing with them though is that in the UK, it depends on your contract. If it's NHS, you have 3 to 4 days to work in a week. Here in the US is 3 days. Most many you can get a job that is just 3 days a week. So some people still have like time to stay at home. So if you work Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and then you decide to go back the next week on Thursday, Friday, Saturday, so you have like almost a week. I've had that kind of schedule where I have almost a week. So it's still 3 days. So if you do 3 days in a row, if you have 3 days in a row, I'm sorry, if you have 3 days in a row, then you have 4 days, then you go back again, or you can extend it. So people do that. So it depends if you arrange your schedule very well, then
Okay.
you will not feel too overwhelmed. But if you start adding additional days, that is when you feel it because maybe you will not have like leave like that. So yeah.
So, do you get to pick extra shifts if you want to? after
Yeah,
your
people
days?
pick extra shifts a lot here. You get to pick extra shifts if you want here,
And
and
does it come with
you get paid well for
higher
it.
rates?
Yes,
Does
of
it come with
course.
higher? Okay.
Yes. So if you pick extra shifts here, I think if I compare it to the UK, you'll be more encouraged to pick extra shifts here.
No, okay.
hmm Because I
Okay.
remember in the UK, I picked extra shifts some point, and then I stopped. I stopped because I stopped because you work,
Tax.
so yeah, you work for those extra shifts, and at the end of the day, your salary will be affected. In the say you earn less, something like that. So I checked it, I weighed it, so I stopped. I just started looking after my kids. I just do the 3 to 4 days. But here, you'll be encouraged if you do more, they'll still tax it, but you still feel like you did an extra shift. So which is
Which
good.
is the point. That's the point. You should see what you are working for. I want to ask, what are the availability of opportunities for career progression? Like, how big are opportunities available for career progression compared to UK?
So I would still say like I think I've talked about this a little bit.
Yeah.
So in the US, in the UK, you can still progress, but you have to like be intentional about it. You have to choose, you have to go for what you want, and you still get it. Like if you really know that, okay, this is what you want, you can go for it. In the US, I believe that it is more in the sense that even if you decide to pay for those things, you'll be able to afford it. And even if you don't want to pay for it, because when you come to the US as a permanent resident, right? So you can still go to school with their funds, like with their student loan. But in the UK, I think they're beginning to introduce things like that. But in the UK, my experience, I got admission, I couldn't do it because if I look at the fees and the salary, it wasn't just working. But here, you can access their student loan that you will now pay later. So a lot of people that don't have their BSc yet, once they come here, they already, so many of the people, my colleagues that just came within the 6 weeks, they're already doing one course or the other because if you start applying for school, they'll be calling you, giving you options. I also have an admission here as well. And then the way they were calling me, I was the one like choosing. So, which I didn't have in the UK. So I feel like, and again, around you, you see the CNAs, they are studying to be nurses. You see people that are studying different things, and you know that that certificate is going to affect, give you more options, give you more, maybe more salary and all of that. It's not like you're just getting one license, you're not even sure whether the salary is going to be any different. So here people study, and you see people around you studying, even when they have little time to sit down there and their computer studying one thing. So it will give you that push. So I believe here, like if I have done this within these 6 weeks, 6 months here, like being very clear that this is what I want to do, I'm seeing it. So I think it's, if you're just a relaxed person that don't want to be going for things, then here is the place. But you can also progress in the UK. You have to like, if you want to go to band 5, you have to apply for it. Still the same, but I feel like it's easier here because the environment gives you that push. You want to learn, you want to move on. But in the UK too, you have to go for it.
What's the promotional status like? Like, we have band 5 to band 6 to band 7 to band 8, blah 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 in the UK. What's it like in the US?
So in the US, I'm still wondering how it is actually. I'm still wondering how it is. They have like um their senior nurses, they don't call them like band anything, but they are charge nurses, they are preceptors. So if you have any additional anything to your name, maybe a preceptor or you are the charge nurse, I think maybe they'll pay you more, something like that. And I think the number of years you stay as well counts to whether you are a senior nurse or not. But that band system is not here. But at the band, their promotion, whatever, I don't really know about it yet. But I do know that they have like at some point you become, if you want to, you become a preceptor, you become a charge nurse. But they also have like certifications as well. Like they have one they call PCC. And so in your area in med surg or in cardiac tele, then you have to take one course like that and be certified in that area, and then like that to help you to get other positions like that. But there's no, I'm not seeing like the band system here that this person is a band 6 or band 7. I only see people that are charge nurses and they are managers or they are clinical something or house. They, it's like in the UK they have site managers, here they have house supervisors, and they are really good and they are nurses. So, and then when you see some of those people, you want to like move. So the progression I don't really understand yet, but I
So
think
how do
it's
you
the end
know
of the
that this
system.
person how do you know that this person is your senior? Like,
Yeah, so they don't have that. Everybody wears scrubs. So so the CNS they wear scrubs. But I would say anyway on the side is like I don't understand it yet. Maybe because I've not paid attention to it. So but I
is it
don't
the same
understand how they. Yeah, everybody wears different kinds of scrubs. For nurses, they wear the same scrubs. So
Same
for
color?
yeah, yeah, for
Oh,
nurses, they wear the same scrubs. So there's nothing that
oh.
will show. Even our manager sometimes decide to wear scrubs. So if she doesn't introduce herself and say this is what, but they can write it as well in their badge. But there's no like different colors the way we have in the, they don't have different colors. So the only color difference they have is like the CNS will wear different color of scrubs, then the nurses will wear different color of scrubs. Even the house supervisor will still wear that same scrub. So
Speaking of career progression as well, how easy do you think it is to switch from bedside nursing in the US
to switch from bedside nursing to another area,
to
right?
maybe education, nursing education, or nursing administration, and all those
Mm-hmm.
other parts? Do
So
you think?
so in that aspect, I would say that from my own experience, I've not really seen how people do that, but I actually feel that it's easy as well. It's easy in the sense that if you study or if you have a certain experience, you can actually apply for that job. It's just like going, you can apply for like if you see a position for managerial position or anything, you feel you have that skill, then you just apply for it. So you just need to have those skills, you apply for it. So I feel like people move to different areas every day. I'm so sorry, my child just came in.
It's fine.
So people move to different specialties every time, just like in the UK as well. But I don't know how. I feel like it will still be easy if you have the skill. I've not tried it, so I cannot say from experience whether it's very easy. But I know in the UK, I've seen friends that moved to lecturing position. They have to like go for it the way I still say. So I think it's in that aspect, it's still the same. Moving from one specialty to the other, you have to apply for it. You have to check whether you are eligible for that, and then you go for it.
What's like the average house rent for a two-bedroom in Texas?
The average house rent for a two-bedroom in Texas, I would say I'm paying less than $1,000 for the two-bedroom that we started with. So
Apartment
in sorry,
in Texas.
yes, in Texas. So, but I still have friends. Why I say that is that I still have friends that pay 1,200, 1,300, and some people that even pay less than me, maybe 800, 700, like that, two-bedroom and up. That's what people usually go for. So I'm not sure about the single bedroom or the studio apartments and all of that. It still
So,
depends on the place you are as well. If it is a city or if it is not, maybe it's not a city. So yeah.
what's your word for anybody who is still scared? Oh, like all these gun issues in the US, fear of the unknown, is it really worth it, and all of those things? What will you say?
So my top recommendation for everyone, or my best advice for anyone that wants to move to the US, is just do it. Don't, even in the UK, before I moved to the UK, a lot of people discouraged me saying the tax system and everything. But UK is a good place as well. You can still do whatever you want to do in the UK and still succeed. The only thing I keep saying is that you have to be intentional. In my experience, maybe my experience will be different, but in my experience, you have to really know exactly what you want. Otherwise, the environment might not push you and you might be
Mm.
discouraged with the money, paying for things and all of that. My top
Okay.
recommendation for everyone is that just do it. Don't be afraid of what people are saying that this place is not safe or not safe. Just pick a particular place based on what people are like. Just pick the safest place. Just be intentional in picking the state, picking the community that you want to live in, and then write your exam and go. I believe for now, having worked in the UK and the US, if you tell me to choose, if both of them are very easy, and if you tell me to choose, I will, based on my own plan as an individual and my family, considering that my husband as well, we need to move on in his own career and everything, the kids. If you tell me to choose based on my own preference, I will choose the United States. But that doesn't mean that UK too is not good. But it's based on my plan. So I will always say have a concrete plan. If you know that your plan, your goal, you will be able to achieve it in the UK. Why not? Because in the UK they also have amazing opportunities. So it depends on your own individual preference. But based on what people are saying about the crime and all of that, even in the UK, if you raise children in the UK, I've seen people that raise children in the UK and they are still worried. So it still depends. It's God that protects. You can be. I feel very safe here, very very safe. People are friendly here, which is like I feel like I'm at home. I feel like I'm at home here, which is one of the biggest things for me. But I keep saying that this is my experience, and it might be different from your own. So have a good plan. Don't be discouraged by what you see on social media. I've not even felt like this place is not safe, not even a single time. Anyway, I'm still 6 months here, but I believe and I hope that it continues to feel very safe and friendly. What I have seen, if I will give you these tips, what I have seen people do is that move to another country first and then they move to the US. The logic there is that in the Nigeria or some other country where you don't have the NCLEX center, you have to travel back and forth.
Yeah.
But if you move to the UK, for me, I just woke up in the morning, I went for my NCLEX exam and came back. Assuming I'm in Nigeria, I have to go for UK visa, I have to travel to
Yeah.
UK, come back. But if I'm already in the UK, I'll just study and write my NCLEX. The same for people that move to UAE. Some people that in my colleagues that moved to the US with me, they were in UAE and they came to US from UAE. Some were in Abu Dhabi, they came to some were in Ireland and they came to the US. Okay, so many of us, in fact, so many of us. When I came, I was surprised. So many of us from the UK, so many of us from UAE, some people from Ireland. So many people did not come from their home country. The reason is because if it's difficult to come from your own country, make that move. Find one that is easier first. UK was easier in my own time. I moved to the UK. Some people, UAE was easy for them. Some people, Ireland was easy for them. From there, they now came to the US. And many people are loving it so far. We still have our complaints, to be honest. That's why I try to be transparent in this video. We still have our complaints. Sometimes it's stressful, too stressful. I'll come back, I'll be like, why did I even do this? Why did I even leave the UK that I'm already, set so that to just come and take this? Sometimes you still have things that will make you be like, this shouldn't be it here. But at the end of the day, if this is what you want, just go for it. Don't relax and listen to people telling you that UK has taxes, UAE is not good for religion. People keep making excuses, and 5 years down the line they are still back home. So just make that decision and choose one and go for it. Okay, so that's my best.
Concerning education for children, how is it to get school for them?
Oh, for children, I think the only thing is that the only thing I'll say is that some people, some because of paying for daycare, like if your child is not up to kindergarten and you have to pay for daycare, some people find it very, very expensive here in the US. But for if your child is up to the kindergarten level, you can
How old?
actually I think kindergarten level is 5 years, but they also have pre-kindergarten that starts from 4 years. So I believe from 4 years. So that time, and then they are primary school, they have grade levels or something. So it's like primary school and secondary school, they are all free. So it's free in the UK completely from 3 years. Here, I believe from 4 years, and then before then you have to pay, and then after that, you don't have to pay. But for the resources, both of them have good resources, like for the UK and US. But I find the resources in the US really good. I'm impressed by the kind of resources my child has been able to access easier. In the UK, you access it, but like if they prefer you for a service, it can take up to 3 months. But here, the way everything is really quick, like I don't know whether it's because sometimes you pay for things, but when you are referred for a service, the way everything goes and you see every specialist like
You mean healthcare service, right?
like yes, for children, I'm saying if they need something they don't have to like wait. And then resources again in the school, if they need special, if anything at all, if they need to see this person, they have like nurses in the school, they have this one in the school. You see
Really?
this, I mean, the team is there, they will see you like
In the
fast,
school?
fast, yeah, fast in the school. So they
Wow,
have all
that's
this
nice.
team as well in the school, and it's easy to access. Not that they don't have, they have all those in UK as well, but the only thing that it might take longer. Like the list is usually, but they are both good actually.
Wow, wow, that's
Yeah.
nice. I'm happy to hear that.
Mhm.
So, final question: any regrets?
For now, I don't have any regrets. If I have regrets, I'll be happy to share, honestly, because I
You
believe
won't
that
have regrets.
yes, I believe that I believe that we need this. When I was in Nigeria and trying to move to any of these countries, the information is key. Sometimes you don't see anybody
Yes.
to tell you anything. So I really want to share so that people will make like informed decisions. So if you don't like this, then don't go. So that another person is having a good time doesn't mean that it suits you and it suits your children, it suits your family. So for now, I don't have any regrets. I feel like I have achieved a lot. Like I feel like I have achieved so much in within 6 months, and I'm like, where has this years been all my life, honestly? So I'm happy. First 6 months, tick, tick, tick. Hopefully, I've had like things in the clinical setting that I really, really, really like. I hope I even share that in my channel. But then overall, I'm happy. 6 months, yeah, good, good. I'm happy.
We will look forward to that video, please.
Okay. Okay.
We look forward to it.
All right.
Thank you so much, Linda. I think we've spent a long, long, long
I feel
time
like
here.
this is really long. It's fine. Thank you, everyone, and thank you for having me. Okay. And
Thank you.
I wish everyone the very best.
Thank you so much. Thank
All right.
you.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye. So that's it, guys. We have come to the end of the video. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for coming along. If you are yet to subscribe at this point, please hit the red subscribe button down below. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. That's the way YouTube helps me to put it across out all over out on the platform. Okay, so please help me hit the like button. It costs nothing to subscribe, to like, and to share the video. All right, if you have any other question, please drop it in the comment section, and I'm sure Linda Eze will be kind enough to respond to your questions. Thank you so much for coming with me on this one. I'll see you in my next video. Till then, stay safe and stabilized. Bye.